Hello, guys, and welcome to Top Deck Winz. This is episode 4. My name is ZT Dubs,
I'm
I'm Evil,
Robson.
I'm Evil Squirrel.
and welcome. So, like always, we're going to start off with the news. So, there's actually a lot of news this week. We keep saying that, but they just keep coming. So,
As of today, especially.
oh yeah, we'll get to that. We're going to start off with arena changes. So, they are changing arena to standard. How do you guys feel about that?
The
I actually really
Sums
like
it up.
it. I really like it.
Really?
That's just me. Well, I mean, so I guess my idea is a lot of the wild cards that I was getting were weak. Standard, typically has a lot more stronger cards because it's a more competitive, according to Blizzard, more competitive, so they print more stronger
Agree.
cards. Yeah, so I just feel like people are gonna have better decks. They're not gonna have to pick between 3 crappy cards. Be like, oh, which one's better? And then
I don't know. There's
Um,
always pack filler. They're always going to get pack filler.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like for a lot of reasons, it's a really good change. I really just wish that they gave us the option to continue to play it in
Yeah, I
standard.
thought that was a little weird too. Like, they have standard and wild. Why not give us, the option in arena too?
Yeah, there's a thing about Arena that I really enjoy about, like kind of like the fear of the unknown, And
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Arena lately, and I really enjoy knowing that there's such a wide array of things that you can be getting, and when it goes to standard, that really limits the pool, and I don't know, I feel like a standard arena could be really good, but I really love the feeling of going in and being able to pull a wild
Dr.
card.
Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I'll miss it, but I do think it's best for the keep it healthy. I'm sure they're eventually. Cause I mean, I guess we can talk about gold cards next, but they said that they might have to give the option to disable gold cards. They might. I'm sure they're going to give an option eventually for wild if people speak out about it enough. Because
No, what he said is that they're gonna see what the reception is after it's been out for a while,
yeah.
and then they're gonna assess and see whether they want to go back or not. Like
Which is
what
good.
I thought about
I'm sorry, go
what I
on.
thought about it is that like if they're trying to push wild, I don't think it makes that much sense because like for new players, like things like other sets like Nax and GVG, and after the rotation, everything else is Arena would be the only place where like the newer players could experience this kind of stuff
Yeah.
and be like, "Whoa, Dr. Boom, what's that?"
Yeah, I agree. It's all true. I don't know. It'll be interesting to say the least. Let's move on to. I guess we can talk a couple of things for it. They're also going to increase the rate of non-common cards and spells, especially spells. I think it's like 20% increase, and they're also
That's
going to
gonna
make. That's going to be nuts. I mean, they're reducing Flame Strike and Abyssal Enforcer too. So now I feel like Blizzard.
really?
Is, yeah, I think they said by 30% or something like that. 30 or
Oh, wow,
50%.
just those two cards.
Well, because you got to think, you play it and then it's a board wipe. And board wipes in Arena are really impactful. I don't know.
Or just Invisible Enforcers.
Yeah,
just
Abyssal Enforcers is really, really overpowered for Arena. I have a friend who plays, and he's a pretty decent Arena player, but he had never gotten 12 wins before. He's always averaging 6 to 7 wins as like a good run,
Yeah.
and he drafted this really ridiculous Warlock deck that had 3 Abyssal Enforcers in it and a whole bunch of other like nasty stuff, and he just produced
Brutal.
12 wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common too. So, it comes up, and it's a new card. So it comes up quite often.
Are they going to
Really-
cut Talon Priest as well?
No, just,
Because that card is
yeah, I think it's,
the nuts.
yeah, that's really
Yeah.
good card. But I mean,
It's really, really good.
I mean, yeah.
I had a deck I was playing this week with 3 Talent Priests,
jeez.
and I literally drew them at turn 3, 4, and 5, and my opponent just conceded in the second and third.
I feel like it's you need some incentive to play Priest in Arena because Priest isn't really that strong in Arena. It's like probably
no,
tier.
it's pretty good.
It's pretty tier. I think it's like tier 2 at the least. I mean, low tier 2 in my opinion. But I haven't played much Arena. Usually when I play Arena, I'm trying to get Mage or Warlock.
I don't think Mage is that great at the moment, to be honest.
I like it.
I've found that I think one of the best class at the moment is Hunter.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like I think my last 4 Hunter runs, I've averaged like 8.5, 8.3
Jeez.
on all of them.
Yeah, my highest
like,
is 8. I never.
You just draft aggro. Like Alley Cat is insane.
It's like patches pretty much. I don't know. I think
beasts.
My favorite thing though is gold cards. I always complain about gold cards not being in Arena. Now they're forcing it on us because I have a lot of gold cards. So I feel like if I get Arena, I might choose some cards just because they're golden, just to play them. But
get an all gold Arena deck.
Yeah, so
that'd be pretty cool.
The way that they're going to do it is that for the gold cards in Arena, they will offer you the number of golds equivalent to the number of golds you have in your deck. Or I'm sorry, the number of golds you have in your collection. So, for example, if you have 1 gold Azure Drake and 1 regular Azure Drake, the first Azure Drake they would offer you would be golden, and all Azure Drakes after that would be non-gold. But if you have 2 golden Azure Drakes, then if you get offered
all gold,
they're all gold, as many as you get offered.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool. Some people were complaining, and I was like, "Why are you complaining?" But it's a very interesting concept.
It's a very strategic. It's like top level reads.
Very top level reads. Yeah. For example, the guy that I read, he was talking about Thoughtsteal, and he was saying how if he uses a golden Thoughtsteal, then both cards that he gets are golden. But if his opponent has a golden version and a non-golden version of a card, he won't know or be able to play around a card if he has the non-golden and he plays it and he doesn't, so it's all about like really high level reads, but I get it.
Yeah.
One of the examples I saw was kind of if you use, say, Mind Vision and or something like you get a golden card from someone else's hand, and then they play a non-golden version of that card, then you know that they also have a golden version in their hand.
That makes sense.
You can play around that card.
Yeah, I think like that's instead not Thoughtsteal. So yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like there is.
I guess another incentive to play
how
Priest.
The interactions work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you pick Thoughtsteal in Arena, you're insane.
Yeah.
It's not a very good Arena card.
Yeah, I meant Mind Vision. Thank you.
Yeah. But what they also have said is that at the end of the draft, you will be given the option to make all the golden cards you have drafted non-golden, if you so wish.
In a future patch.
Yeah, they haven't done it yet. They're gonna just have golden for now, and then in the future, it's gonna be you can have the option.
Is the golden already happened?
The next patch, so I think tomorrow.
Yes,
it's gonna be
all things.
Oh yeah, it's February.
The patch coming tomorrow. One of the Ungoro websites that we'll talk about shortly, but one of the sites was talking about how we could starting tomorrow. We could pre-order.
Also, if you go on the Battle.net client, there's for the European one, they have very important scheduled maintenance tomorrow morning.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. So it will happen in NA as well.
Yep, and
say goodbye to that required update.
Yeah, and tomorrow is February 28th for everyone. Yeah. We're filming at 7 p.m. Eastern on the 27th today.
Say goodbye to Small Time Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Play him while you can.
I am in charge now.
All right, so let's move on to the expansion. We have a Journey to Ungoro. Yeah. What was it? Was it leaked? It was like Lost Secrets of Ungoro or something like that. Is what it was leaked. Pretty close. I mean, we got the Ungoro part right. That's all that mattered. Yeah, so they said to release early April, which was just like last year. I'm sure it'll be like the first week or maybe 2 weeks of April. They said early December, and it was December 1st, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
so like
They've made a habit of doing it on the first of the month for
yeah,
like
that
the
which
past
would be
couple.
great. Cause
yeah, to start the
It's
season,
just
that's what they've been doing lately. So, but I
yeah.
believe that April 1st is a Sunday.
Oh man, it's April Fool's Day too, so they'll probably be like, "Gotcha."
I wouldn't be surprised if
no expansion till
they
July.
had it on the third, which would be Tuesday.
Well,
which is
Mean Streets didn't come out on Tuesday, didn't it? I thought it came out like on a random day.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah, it was a
Thursday.
Thursday, I think. At least for
yeah,
me.
but it was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just like doing it at the start of the season.
I don't know. I mean, that was the first time they did it on the first of the month. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'd be a nice trend to have.
I like it. It doesn't make that much sense to kind of have maybe 2 days of the season
Yeah.
and then expansion.
But anyways, let's move
Too
on.
bit odd.
Let's move on
Well,
to
there's
the.
a lot of stuff to talk about in the new expansion.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, the new mechanic adapt. So they said it's going to be 10 options, and
We
they
don't
said,
know all 10
yeah,
yet.
they said I think it was like 6 or 7. They said, well, I'll just read them off. Divine Shield, Taunt, summon 2/1/1s with a Death Rattle, +3 attack. Wind Fury, can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, and then I think there's a couple more. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty powerful. I mean, especially they released a 5/4 for 5 that has adapt. So I mean, can you imagine getting a 5/4 with Wind Fury or Divine Shield? That's pretty good for 5 mana.
Yeah, it's really good for the people listening who haven't been able to check out the site. Adapt is a new keyword that they're introducing in the Ungoro expansion, and what it will do is it's a battle cry that that you can adapt, and you can play your minion, and you then will get a pop-up of like a discover pop-up of one of 10 different options that you can do. So it basically is having you adapt to your environment. So for example, if you're playing against a spell heavy class, you can make it like a fairy dragon where it's can't be targeted by hero powers or spells, or depending on whatever you're facing, you can make it so that it can adapt to its environment. And I think that's a very, very cool mechanic.
Yeah. What do you guys think the weakest of the revealed ones are? Because like with Kazakis, there's some pretty weak options that you don't pick. Like, what do you think? I mean, these all seem pretty good. I mean, maybe
I can't really think
rattle.
what the other 4 could be. Yeah. It's like they've already shown all the kind of normal mechanics that you have.
I feel like
Divine Shield, Taunt, Wind Fury. I can't Death Rattle.
I think maybe the Death Rattle one I might not pick unless maybe like a 1-cost card. Maybe like a 1 or 2 drop with adapt. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, if you did it with like a 2-drop, it would just be like Haunted Creeper.
Yeah, but I mean everything else seems good. +3 attack's really good. Wind Fury is really good. Taunt, I mean, it stops shut down aggro decks. I mean, maybe they'd not be targeted by spells or abilities if you're playing against like a warrior or something like that. But
yeah, I think the not targeted by spells is probably going to be one of the strongest. I really like the kind of flavor text, like the whole thing about Ungoro Crater's got like this insane wildlife which can just quickly adapt to.
Yeah, I like how they said they
just like that.
The elements.
I think it's really.
And I love the ability to have more micro decisions in the game.
Yeah.
Because the Kazakis mechanic was basically the very first adapt.
Yeah.
Whatever you were playing, you had to choose your potions accordingly to adapt to your environment. And they said people love Kazakis. Let's build a mechanic around it. And
it's kind of like creating your own minion in a sense, because it's always it's going to get an ability. I mean, this kind of makes Dirty Rat even better though, because adapts. Adapts like I'm assuming it's like a battle cry.
Right.
So if you rip out,
it is a battle cry.
Which also means in Wild
synergy.
Fran.
Wait, does it say battle cry adapt or does it just say adapt?
Yeah, it did say on
battle cry.
Yeah, I just got a quick glance at it. That's pretty good. Yeah, Brain. Oh my gosh, can you imagine +3 attack, Wind Fury, or something like that?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
But I guess maybe stealth might be one of the ones they haven't shown.
No,
Sure.
if they did that, that'd be bad because they're hating on stealth big
I do
time.
not think charge will be a mechanic.
Can you imagine? +3 attack charge, 5 mana, deal 8 damage.
Charge, Wind Fury, base.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and move on. Move over
So
to
the new tribe
elemental.
we were speaking
This
about.
has been a long time
adapting
coming.
to the elements.
They've made so many elementals, and they're just finally giving them to us. I guess I
A
don't know.
tribe.
Which is nice. Which is weird because I feel like every class has there's like 2 classes per tribe. Like Beastess, Druid, and Hunter. Shaman's gonna have 3 tribes. They're gonna have Totem. They're gonna have Elemental. I mean, I'm just guessing. There's a lot of Elementals in Shaman, and then they're also gonna have Murloc. This would be like Shaman's gonna have all the tribes. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be Mage because Mage has a lot of Elementals too, and there's really no other classes.
It's good that they gave this to Shaman because Shaman's really been struggling lately. So
Yeah, I mean, Shaman's a dead class. Joke class.
Oh, definitely, they suck.
But I think it's good that they have a new tribe. There's no obviously they made a big point of it in the reveal that Elemental was going to be something, so there's going to be synergies.
It's gonna be cool to see like Elemental, like because you're always playing Elementals, like Water Elemental. Well, excuse me, is in the decks. Ragnaros, I mean not anymore Ragnaros, but Ragnaros and stuff. So
Rag Lightlord.
I guess if Paladin ever gets good.
Alakir is going to be one. The Ragers.
Magma Rager.
Yeah, all the Ragers.
Yeah.
Importantly.
It's just cool to see like cards getting more identity.
Yeah,
like,
and
synergies with each other.
There's some decent synergy that comes along with it. Obviously, there's going to be something, or they wouldn't be making a point.
Yeah, like
of
imagine like a Discover an Elemental or something like that. Or
sure. Yeah.
There's quite a few of them.
Everyone wants to choice between Magma Rager, Ice Rager, and Shadow Rager.
Oh yeah.
Shadow Rager every time.
Yeah.
That card. I mean, okay, so I don't want to say it's really good, but that card's actually out of all the rages, that's actually pretty good. I mean, if they can't deal 1 damage like AOE, I mean 5 damage.
Then next turn.
That's 3.
Cold blood.
Yeah, I mean it's like 3 mana kill a minion. That's 3 mana deal 5 damage. I don't know. We'll see. I know it's been used in some Miracle Rogue decks lately, which is weird, but yeah.
Well, people are trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do without Soul Buck in it.
Yeah, they're just going to quit the game.
And conceal.
They're going to put a life coach and leave.
Rip.
Yeah. All right. So we'll move on to quest cards now. So you only have 1 released, but if
you could say this is the other new mechanic that they're introducing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a secret. So they're all 1 mana. You can have 1. It's a legendary spell, and they say it'll always be in your opening hand. Which they didn't say if it's going to take up a card slot, or if it's gonna be like the coin and just come to your hand after. But I don't know. I hope it takes up a card slot because
otherwise it's just too powerful.
We're gonna get into this. They're pretty good. I mean, they only have 1 so far, but this one.
The one we have so far is quite good. You could say.
So you pretty much 1 mana, play it on turn 1. If you play 7 Death Rattles, you add. I can't remember the card's name, but you add a legendary card to your hand.
It was called Amara, Warden of Hope.
Yes, and I think they're kind of like referring to the Titans. I don't know if it's a Titan. I can't remember their names, but Ungoro was.
If it's the Wardens, then that's like to do with the.
Yeah, because the Titans made stuff in Ungoro. We talked about that in a previous episode. But anyways, it's a 5 mana 8/8 with Taunt, and if that wasn't good enough. It then makes your life 40, which is ridiculous. So it's like Reno Jackson,
but better.
It's like Reno Jackson mixed with Alex Straza, but it makes it 40 instead. So you can go from 1 to 40, and it's
basically if Earth Elemental and Reno had a baby.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't know. We'll have to see how good priest decks are in the future, but if they're any good at all, this card's going to be busted.
And now,
I think this is the card that will just keep kind of priest afloat.
Yeah,
more than anything. I think the priest's really going to struggle once they lose.
Yeah, priest is
All
gonna
of
be
the dragons.
priest is
One
gonna
of the
be
questions
tier 1
I
loud.
have about the mechanic is that if it sets your life total to 40, and then you drop below 30 again, will you be able to heal yourself up past 30 back to 40?
Just like with Draxus.
It's like, I think it'll be the same thing as if you've ever tried playing Alexstrasza after playing Ragnaros. It increases your maximum health.
Okay.
So you can heal back up to that.
So like if actually, I'm just gonna look it up. I think maybe this guy's toast this way. This like if you were Ragnaros from Age of Dromo and you played Alexstrasza, would it make your health 15?
Yes.
It would. I have tried this before.
If that's the case, then yeah, that's how it works. Because
did work.
then if you go back to 14, you can heal up to 15 theoretically.
I mean, if you're playing Major Domo and you...
Major Domo Priest.
I've got lots of Major Domo in this week, but I did not get Alexstrasza on myself. So
Major Domo Priest. It's for the quest. Science. You're playing it for the quest. Can you imagine Ragnaros? Set your life to 40. Oh, I actually might play that. It is a death rattle card.
That is the dream.
That's it. That's what I'm
going to try and make it happen.
I'm doing that when this
and also get
Ragnaros.
And also you've got to get Raza and Caldara Drake.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
all right. Well, we already know what's going to be the first deck of the week when we have the expansion launch.
And it's going to happen. It's happening. Ragnaros, free fire, die insects, with 40 health, shooting random things for 8 damage infinite times.
The only limit is the very long animation time.
Worth it. All right,
so we've seen the priest insane legendary. We have seen a mage legendary, which some might say does not appear to have quite the high standard that the priest card has.
They keep screwing over mage. Like, when's the last time mage got a good legendary? Like classic?
Anomalous.
That card's I think Anomalous is bad. That card never
Anomalous
saw play.
Is abysmal.
Yeah, like
Inkmaster Solia is pretty bad.
Okay, I forgot about Inkmaster. Inkmaster is okay if you play it right. It's pretty good with Kazakis, I guess. But I mean, like, they need a standalone impact. Like Antonidas. That card is busted. Maybe they're like, Antonidas is good enough for mage. We're never making him a good card ever again.
But so we should actually say what this mage legendary is.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it is Pyros, a 2-mana 2/2
elemental
with Death Rattle.
Don't forget elemental.
An elemental.
Yes.
There'll be some synergies there, which is Death Rattle. Return this to your hand as a 6-mana 6/6, which then has Death Rattle. Return this to your hand as a 10-mana 10/10. Just a vanilla 10/10.
I just want to say, was it Faceless Destroyer? That's 10-mana 10/10
Faceless Behemoth.
That's it. That doesn't see play, so why would you put this in your deck? I don't know.
Yeah, like there. I don't think there is. It's like you have, because it returns it to your hand as a 10-mana 10/10. So it means at some point in the game, you need to use your entire turn just to play a big dude, which makes no impact, doesn't have taunt, doesn't affect the board.
Just to get top
to get hex.
Yep.
To get hex, to get death, to get any number of things.
I know that I could play a 10/10 for 1 mana in my Jade Druid deck.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you can't do that, why even play a 10-mana a 10/10?
Like 10/10. We're entering the meta where 10/10
I'm not sure. I mean,
not very good.
One thing that I'm thinking about is that when they talked about getting rid of Sylvanas and rotating her to the Hall of Fame, they said that there was new death rattle effects that they wanted to build that they couldn't because Sylvanas was limiting them because it would have been too powerful. So I wonder if we're going to see some new death rattle mechanics.
Sure.
what they said is death rattle workarounds. So I think it's going to be kind of ways to, trigger your own death rattles.
I don't know. But they're off to a bad start. That's all I'm saying. Very disappointing.
This is just to get people saying, "Oh, this is shit," and then they're going to go, "Boom, Sylvanas 2."
Speaking of boom, let's talk about Volcano from Shaman.
Ah, yes.
So it's Volcano. A 5-mana Overload 2 card that deals 15 damage split among all minions, even yours. And the animation is pretty cool. It's just fire going, blowing everything up. And then
it is pretty awesome.
But I don't know. I'd much rather I'd rather just play Lightning Storm. I'd rather play Lightning Storm. That's me. Lightning Storm. I mean, nothing. I don't think anything's going to take more than
or elemental destruction.
Yeah, nothing's really going to take more than 3, maybe 4 damage with a big board because you're going to have minions too and Shaman. So, I don't know.
It would be in a control Shaman.
I mean, control Shaman is losing elemental destruction, isn't it?
What we need to do is we need to figure out a way to put Axe Flinger in Shaman and then play this.
In Wild.
Yeah, because then you'll just shoot it a million times with Volcano and then you'll die.
Yeah, I mean, control. What if there's one thing control Shaman needs? It's more AoE.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think this is going to see much play. I'm sure it's going to get tested, but I still think Lightning Storm is good.
I think it's just going to be what control Shamans in Standard start running instead of Elemental Destruction, if anything.
Yeah.
Because they're going to miss that card quite a lot.
All right, so I can't talk about this very much because I didn't get a chance to watch it. But let's talk about the HCT Asian tournament, and the winner was B787. And apparently he played no aggro decks, which is pretty impressive because everyone has been all the winners have been playing 3 aggro decks. So
yeah, I checked out the lineups that they were running. I didn't get a chance to watch it either, but I checked out some of the lineups. All the other 7 players brought aggro Shaman. I think most brought Pirate Warrior. There were a few aggro rogues. So B787, I think he went with Reno Mage, Reno Lock, Control Warrior, and Midrange Shaman.
It's pretty good.
And they were all just incredibly solid anti-aggro. Reno Mage, anti-aggro. Reno Lock, anti-aggro. Control Warrior, with shitloads of weapon removal, heals, board clears.
Worked for him. Congrats to him. That's pretty good.
And I believe his tactic was he banned, because I think everyone else ran one kind of control deck.
Yeah, usually the lineup for HCT, it seemed the trend was 3 aggro decks, 1 Reno deck, or 2 aggro decks, 2 Reno decks. No one.
Yeah. So what?
It was either aggro or non-aggro.
Yeah, so B787 just targeted that.
Smart.
He banned the opponent's control deck, played really heavy anti-aggro control decks, just won. Although there's one thing that I want to bring up, which was Low John brought the best example of a tournament deck I've ever seen, which was a mid-range paladin deck which had no win condition against control decks. Literally not one.
Bunch of taunts. That's pretty much all I saw, a bunch of taunts.
Yeah, no, it has one card in it, which is a 6-drop or higher, which is Ragnar's Lightlord.
Yeah, I think though. I mean, all you have to do is get that one win against aggro with it. That's it.
I mean, yeah, and if you can ban the control decks, because everyone else runs one. It runs Humility. Have you ever seen that card been run before?
Yeah, actually, N'Zoth Paladin, Humility, and Stampeding Kodo. That was the dream. That's actually pretty good. It's surprising. I was surprised when I saw it, but it's actually really good.
That was the very, very beginning of the Wrath of the Old Gods meta. Was that N'Zoth Paladin?
It was
He was
so
in
much
charge.
fun. So much fun. Yeah, I actually got my
the
golden
point
paladin.
where everyone was just trying to put N'Zoth in everything.
Yeah.
Something I still do.
Yeah. I have a golden N'Zoth, and I just it's so much fun. Bring back my Tyrion and my Sylvanas and my Cairn golden. It's a good day.
Wait, you have golden N'Zoth? Does it bring all the cards back golden?
Yep. That's why.
Oh my God.
I saved up so much dust. It's like 3,200, but back at that time, I always just kept spending it, and it was so hard to save up because I always wanted to spend it. But I got to 3,200, and I was like, all right, it's time.
Once I get my golden Ragnaros refund, I know what that's going on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want that.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the Trinity series. Final round is this week. What is it? Thursday?
Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday. So right now we have Team Liquid and Team Complexity at 4 and 2. G2, Luminosity, and Tempest Storm and Virtus Pro are at 3 and 3. Cloud9 and Alliance are at 2 and 4. So everyone seems neck and neck.
If you check out the fixtures, it's actually what it is the teams in the top 4 are all playing against teams in the bottom 4 of the rankings, and I think it works out as 5. It is mathematically possible for 5 of the 8 teams to actually win at this point. The only team who are at 3 and 3 that can't win are Tempo Storm, because they cannot mathematically overtake.
What, due to tiebreakers?
Well, they can't. I think the way it works is it's done on, like, if they're level, it's done on win-loss ratios.
Oh, I see.
Like, and with, I think games won is the more important factor. And because Tempo Storm can't, they're on 24 wins, so the highest they can go is 30, which is still lower than what 4 of the teams have right now.
Okay.
But if the Virtus Pro win their match and the 4, I think it's the 3 teams in the bottom 4 all win their games, then they can go from 5th to 1st, which would be quite unlikely, but it can still happen.
I'm still rooting for G2.
It's still mathematically possible.
G2's my team. I'm looking.
I'm not sure who I'm actually rooting for, to be honest.
Is Life Coach playing it? Is he like keeping his like thing with it? Because I know he left Hearthstone.
Well, he said that he's going to continue to do formats like this.
Okay.
But he's not going to kind of play ladder, try for HT points, any of that stuff. He's just going to he's going to keep it more of as a hobby. And now I believe he's going to play Gwent.
Yeah.
Now.
I've been waiting on my beta key for that. I guess they're all out. I signed up a while ago. I don't know.
Oh, I got a beta key and I have not installed it yet.
Lucky.
I really need to do that.
All right, so let's move on to the meta. So for standard, nothing has changed really, except Priest has moved up a little bit. Dragon Priest is now tier 2, along with Miracle Rogue. Tier 1 is Aggro Shaman, and then Jade Midrange Shaman, as usual. Reno Mage, Pirate Warrior, and then Reno Warlock. So those are the
same old.
Yeah. Dragon Priest is trying to make a quick comeback. They got 1 month left to shine. They're trying to do the best they can.
It's going to be sad to see them just completely abolished once the rotation happens.
Yeah.
I love Dragon Priest. It was the first deck I ever played. That was good. Well, once I was done playing, I think the first deck I ever made was Beast Hunter.
Oh my God. I love Beast Hunter.
Scavenging Hyena when you're a new player is just the sickest card.
Oh yeah. No, what's
just
what's,
like I can.
the best thing I thought when I first started was the Divine Blessing or whatever, where you double the health and then enter fire. I was like, how is this not tier 1?
You're like Death Lord, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire.
Yep.
Boom.
Dead. All right.
I was a big fan of the, like when I first discovered the, what was it, Dragonkin Sorcerer.
Yeah.
And that combo with Velen's Chosen, comboed with any of the priest buffs, you just get this massive thing.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that Dragon Priest.
So we haven't talked about Wild in a little while. Let's talk about the meta for Wild. So we have tier 1 right now, Reno Lock, Pirate Warrior, Aggro Shaman. Tier 2 is Reno Mage, Dragon Priest, Freeze Mage, N'Zoth Warrior, Secret Paladin, Patron Warrior, Midrange Shaman, Anyfin Paladin, and N'Zoth Priest. I guarantee as soon as this next set comes out, N'Zoth Priest is shooting to tier 1. Guarantee it. That's just my prediction. Because
yeah,
it's it. That seems about right. I did Wild last month. I saw a lot of Reno Lock, a lot of Pirate Warrior, a lot of Aggro Shaman. Everything else was kind of here and there. I don't know if you like Freeze Mage. I didn't see a single Freeze Mage deck. And I played like 300, 400 games last month. Didn't see a single Freeze Mage.
I believe I played one, and he conceded on turn 3. because as soon as I played Shield Block, he realized I was playing Controlled Warrior, and he had no chance, and he just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing N'Zoth Warrior and Wild.
All right, so that's pretty. I mean, there's really not much to talk about for Wild. The decks are crazy. Yeah, I mean, people who aren't familiar with it, Pirates run the place, or you're playing Reno Lock. That's pretty much standard.
Seeing a lot of mid-range Jade Shamans.
Not for long though for the aggro decks, because Patches is taking a big hit with the small-time Buccaneer nerf.
Then it's just going to be mid-range Jade.
Yep.
In both formats for a month.
Let's go ahead and move on to the Tavern Brawl, which was Clone Ball, which, for instance...
Clone Ball. Yeah, this one was another rerun. I think we've had it a couple of times. I think they changed the mechanics of it slightly. It seemed to work slightly differently to how I remember. So the way it works is you have, I think, 6 or 7 legendaries, 4 copies of each of them in your deck, and on turn 1, 3, 5, and there is another turn later on, but the games didn't tend to last that long, so I've actually forgotten what turn it was. You get the offensive play card, which gives you a 3-mana discount on the next legendary you play, and all future copies of that card are discounted, which is where the kind of strategy in the Tavern Brawl plays. Like, I find the best thing to do is kind of save 2, then put out a 8 or 9 drop on turn 3.
Yeah.
And if you have 2 of that 9 drop in your hand, you will probably win, unless it's also Patches is insane in this.
So good. Turn 1 Patches, get 4 of them out. So good.
And that means you now have like 4 less cards in your deck. So you're going to pick a better one at some point. But it is one of those ones where the game is quite often decided like before you start, because you can just get absolute garbage.
Yeah.
I think for five games in a row, I got Wolfram Shield.
Yeah,
that guy sucks.
I was not a fan of this one. I've been saying for a long time that they were doing really good, and they brought back some really
Yeah,
good ones, made some new creative ones, but this one just doesn't really hold my interest. So I got my free pack, and that was it.
Yeah.
I was using it to do all my dailies. It's quite
Yeah,
good
same
for
here.
that, especially on my free-to-play account.
Yeah, I did on my free-to-play
But
account.
I think it just goes to show that like all the best legendaries in it are the ones that are the old ones. All the new legendaries just don't really do much, or I don't think I've seen.
I don't know. I really want to try.
Thinking about it, I don't actually recall ever seeing a Gadget Zone legendary.
I really want to try out the Vtron 5000 or whatever. I could never get them all.
Voltron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was always. But I never ended up actually getting 4 of them because the only way you could do it was have 4 of Mimiran's head.
Yeah.
And the games never last a very long time.
They never left. In my game, I actually had it. I was trying to draw the game out as long as I could to try to get it out, but
I think it sucks. You had to keep it alive till the next turn.
Yeah,
it's like no, they never.
Voltron is a hard one to pull off.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the card of the week, which we have Major Domo Executus.
Major Domo. So we wanted to do something fun and a little bit different. So I was actually watching Savi's stream, and he built a Major Domo deck, and I was inspired by it. So I decided to build one as well. And it's a mage deck in Wild, and it has Major Domo, who, for anyone who doesn't know, is a 9/7 legendary for 9 mana. And when he dies, your hero turns into Ragnaros, who has 8 health and a hero power that does 8 damage to a random enemy. So, kind of one of the fun goals of this deck is to try to turn into Ragnaros and get out
Ice Block.
Get out Ice Block and get out the Caldara Drake so that you can use your hero power as many times as you want. There's also the other card, I think it's the Hero of the Lake, which reduces your hero power to cost 1.
Oh, Maiden of the Lake.
Maiden of the Lake.
Yeah, 10 fireballs, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I played quite a bunch of games, and I had a lot of fun, with Duplicate, and trying to just figure out the best way to duplicate my Caldara Drakes, so I have multiple of them, or just to get it out. And I got Ragnaros out quite a bit, and got quite a few invitations for people to be my friend afterwards. Just saying it was cool I was playing a Major Domo deck.
Did you get to pull off the combo at all?
I was able to win, but I was not able to get the Caldara Drake down.
Were you trying to do it with like Emperor as well?
Yeah, so I had Emperor, and I actually duplicated my Emperor, so I got 4 Emperor ticks off. So
wow.
So
that's a 2 mana Caldara Drake and a free Maiden of the Lake.
I just didn't have the Drake in my hand. He was like, it was like bottom 5 cards. So
dude,
I had the free Maiden of the Lake, and I had Alex. So I was able to finish the guy off. But it was fun. It's always good. And Ragnaros has the best emotes in the game. So
yeah.
I'm not actually sure what his emotes are. I don't think I've ever actually played Major Domo. What are his emotes? Do you want to give us a little Ragnaros impression?
Ragnaros? His WoW is so hot.
That's quite funny. Sexual for Ragnaros.
All right. So I guess we'll move on to the deck of the week now, which I did a Water Warrior, I saw that on the HCT for Americas. Quite a few people actually no, one person. I saw quite a few people playing it afterwards. I think it was Frozen was playing it. So it's Pirate Warrior, but it also runs Murlocs. So it has the War Leader, Bluegill, and then it has Finja. So pretty much how it works is you play Finja, has stealth, and then you either send your weapon at something and then trade it off with Finja, or you just you can just kill something with it. Then usually it'll bring out War Leader and it'll bring out Bluegill, which is really good. And then you can use that to trade into something else or deal an extra 6 damage or 5 damage or whatever. Is it 4? What? Who knows? But yeah, so I mean, you just
I've seen so many decks recently, which is just like random class, just chuck in Finja. Yeah, like I played against a Zoolock who was running the 5 Murlocs.
Yeah,
just
it's called the water package, and it's being used a lot now. It's really being adapted into decks. Just how much, because the mechanic of pulling from your deck.
So
it's good. Secret Paladin and patches is so huge to reducing deck size and getting the cards you want.
Especially since the decks are small, like 30 cards. Getting like in Magic the Gathering for they have fetch lands where you can get rid of a land to bring another land from your deck, and that's really good because it's thinning out your deck. But in this, like, you're getting one card out of your deck. That's like getting almost for Magic, it's like getting 2 cards out of your deck. That's really good. Especially with your cards like Patches or the Murlocs, they're pretty weak, on their own. But if you're ripping them out of your deck with other stuff, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
get those combos going.
I definitely watched Frozen play in the tournament with it. And they kept talking about how he was the only one who brought that variant, and but when he got the combo off, it was just it was so much tempo.
Yeah, I mean he's going to the Bahamas, so I mean he did something right.
He's just bringing it to the Bahamas.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I was actually able to get Finja off twice, so I got all 4 of the Murlocs out once. It was pretty cool. I won that game, that's for sure. But
Finja's been like the sleeper hit of the expansion, I think.
Yeah, it's just weird
so
that he's
good.
Like it's already towards the end of the Mean Streets meta, and he's just now getting played.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's very interesting. You find out like in that last month, a couple of new things pop up. That's what happened in the last set at the end of Karazhan with Secret Hunter.
Yeah, that was good.
Secret Hunter popped up in the last month and a half, and he was.
What's Hunter? What's Hunter?
You didn't play Secret Hunter, so you play keep.
No, I've never heard of that class before.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Yeah, wait till Angora comes out. We'll come back. I like Hunter a lot.
Yeah, like I feel like Angora is kind of. It seems to like be really suited towards Hunter and Druid.
There's a lot of beasts coming.
And the elementals are obviously going to be kind of mage, shaman, like kind of. I'm really not sure how they're going to kind of fit the kind of flavor in with, say, Paladin.
Yeah, what's Paladin going to get? Some weird beast, some weird dinosaur.
It's like Paladin doesn't have beasts. They don't they have Ragnar's Light Lord, but as an elemental, but
yeah,
I don't think we really count that. Or Rogue. What's Rogue gonna have?
That is nothing. They're gonna be Hunter now.
This was also a thing. Like, have you seen like the kind of direction that Blizzard want to take? Rogue is kind of the burgle thing and the stealth thing.
I don't know. I feel like if they can get a couple other things to go with this burgle, I think it could be pretty good. Like if they can like turn cards that aren't rogue cards into something, or I don't know. There's a few things they can do to add a couple more bodies that get the burgle effect. I think it'd be pretty good.
Or maybe just the stealth.
Maybe not top tier, but pretty good.
It'll be a funny deck.
Shadow Ragers.
Yep.
Yeah. Turn 3 Shadow Rager. Turn 4 buff the Shadow Rager. You have a 7/3.
So
They got the guy. They got the guy that buffs the stealth minions.
Then you just
true.
cold blood, 15 damage. Find a way of giving it Wind Fury. Win.
Yeah. Maybe that you can add adapt to the. There'll be a rager with adapt on it.
I think that now that you say that, I think you could probably put some pretty good money on that. That sounds like that's definitely.
All right, that's it. Shadow Ragers card of the week next week, or this Friday. It's official.
No, we just
don't do that to me.
We're going to try make Stealth Rogue work.
All right.
I'm going to try Stealth Burgle Rogue.
We didn't get any emails this week, but maybe next week. So, guys, please send us an email at topdeckwins@gmail.com, and we will.
Wins with a Z, a Z.
You can literally tell us, send us anything, and we will talk about it on the show. Please send us an email.
Please do.
But yeah, I mean, so if you guys have anything else you want to say, last minute comments. I'm good.
I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and the patch. I think that the
patch.
The floor is a great thing.
Is that being introduced tomorrow?
Yeah,
whenever the patch hits.
Yep, when this patch comes. Because you know what, while I can get to legend and I've done it before, I'm at the point in my playing where I'm a rank 5 player. I get to 5, I get my reward, and then I want to goof around and play other decks and do other things. And I'm just really excited that now I won't drop all the way to rank 10 again, just because I want to play some new interesting stuff.
Shit.
Which is what you do when you get to legend anyway, because everyone plays all their goofball decks if they're not tryharding. So I'm really excited about the floors. I'm excited about the nerfs.
It's gonna be an exciting day.
Yeah, I think there's good stuff, and then as always, Hearthstone, data mines. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other little hidden gems are in there.
Hidden amongst all of the mid-range Jade Shamans.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of them, so hopefully someone comes with a good counter to the mid-range Jade Shaman, because they are annoying.
I mean, in Wild, and Zoth Control Warrior destroys it. Yeah. Completely obliterates it.
Okay, well you're gonna have to send us those lists.
Yeah, I played.
I don't think I've lost to a mid-range Jade Shaman with the list I'm running just yet. Although it was one thing that made one last point. What do you think is kind of one of the most? What do you two think is the most underappreciated card, which is really going to be missed, come rotation? Because I think mine's probably Revenge. Because that is the anti-shaman card.
I think Living Roots is going to be missed a lot by druids.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Raven Idol?
There's a lot of cards. I don't know. I can't really think of one particular card. I'm just gonna be sad when they all leave.
But playing through all the adventures today on my free-to-play account, because I had 6 hours on a train. I didn't realize just how many cards were from League of Explorers and Blackrock Mountain. I'd forgotten which cards were from Blackrock Mountain, which weren't just the dragon ones. Kind of stuff like Imp Gang Boss is going to be mad. Yeah. Reno Lock's losing Imp Gang Boss and Demon Wrath from that expansion.
Yep.
Which is kind of massive for them.
Kind of important.
Yeah.
That's their 2-3 drops the background.
Yeah. Maybe Zoo will come back.
Without Imp Gang Boss?
Well, they survive without implosion. Yeah, there's always something new for the zoo.
True. Well, I mean, hasn't really been doing too well this expansion.
Well, the reason zoo isn't doing well this expansion is because there's other aggro decks that are faster.
That's true.
Yeah.
But now that
give it a try tomorrow,
slowing down a little bit, I think there's a good chance Zoo might make a good comeback.
Yeah.
We shall see tomorrow.
We shall. All right. So I guess with that, we will see you guys Friday.
Next.
So not even next week.
Not next
this
week.
This week. A couple days
when we
from
can
now.
see what the post
Yeah.
Small Time Buccaneer Spirit Clause meta is saying, and no doubt we're all gonna already be sick of shamans.
Oh yeah.
Even more.
All right, guys.
I'll just be saying, so hot.